A lot has happened in the past 6 months.
We've created new ways to support communities.
And new ways to feel like one.
We've faced broad challenges and discovered new potential.
We fought and taken a stand.
We've confronted disease and achieved medical innovations.
We've faced public health challenges and seen global health inequities.
But society is still evolving.
And as it changes, so are we.
We are the next generation of healthcare professionals.
Right now, there's a movement.
An evolution of leadership.
A generation that values diverse perspectives.
A generation that strives for complete inclusivity.
A generation focused on what's important.
That generation, it's us.
We can make the next 100 years better than the last.
It is our responsibility to keep the conversation going.
This is our movement. Our time is now.
We are HOSA.
We are future health professionals.
And we are leading the way towards tomorrow.
From our community to our healthcare heroes, you offered us a mission to follow. You taught us to stand up for what we believe in and to use our voice to create a positive influence. You rose to the challenge and showed us resilience. From all of HOSA, thank you.
There's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of what you want. There's an answer. If you reach into your soul and the sorrow that you know you're meant to wait, and then a hero comes along with a strength to carry on, and your gas fills aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that a hero lives in you.
Members, advisors, and guests. Welcome to HOSA's Virtual International Leadership Conference. Future health professionals from across the world are tuning in live to our broadcast. True innovation and dedication is on display as HOSA is moving towards tomorrow. Now, please welcome the 2019-2020 HOSA Executive Council. Your post-secondary collegiate board representative, a senior at Florida State University, is in the constant pursuit of happiness, loves adopting, not shopping, and finding the perfect boba to tea ratio. She hopes to one day start her own health-related nonprofit inspired by her experiences with HOSA. From the Sunshine State of Florida, please welcome Casey Cantelli. Your secondary board representative is a sophomore majoring in healthcare management and policy at Georgetown University. She hopes to become a physician focused on delivering care to marginalized populations. Outside of HOSA, she loves taking road trips and reading. From California, please welcome Amanda Gao. Up next, you may know he's your post-secondary collegiate vice president, but you may not know he's a barista, a French bulldog advocate, and that he plans to use the skills that he's developed through HOSA to one day save lives as a neurosurgeon. Currently attending the University of Washington in Seattle and from Washington State, please welcome Colin Caster. Your Western Region Vice President, a sophomore at the University of Texas at Austin, is a Marvel enthusiast who is always in the mood for ice cream. She hopes to use her passion for biomedical engineering and HOSA to one day pursue biotechnology, innovating solutions to improve healthcare. From the great state of Texas, please welcome Hiba Tanvir. Your Eastern Region Vice President is a dog lover, frequent Six Flags visitor, photography fanatic, and recent high school graduate. He hopes to take the skills and experiences he has accrued from HOSA to one day become a surgeon. From New Jersey, a freshman at Penn State, please welcome Dev Patel. Your Central Region Vice President is an ambassador for her college, Lawson State, with a passion for advocating about important issues prevalent in her community. She loves to travel any chance she gets because she values the different cultures and communities one can learn from. Her goal is to become a certified registered nurse anesthetist. From Alabama, please welcome Fanny Ontiveros. A Jake of all trades, your president-elect is a lifeguard, licensed pyrotechnician, aspiring chef, photographer, and model railroader. Currently a junior at the University of Tennessee, he hopes to use his knowledge and skills from HOSA to serve rural communities to improve heart health and healthcare access. From Tennessee, please welcome Jake Kelly. Finally, your president is a junior at the University of California, Los Angeles, majoring in microbiology, immunology, and molecular genetics. She hopes to one day become a pediatric neurologist while continuing her work with public health. In her free time, she loves going on spontaneous food adventures with friends, playing the guitar, and singing. From California, please welcome Vivian Doe. This is your 2019-2020 HOSA Executive Council.
Good evening, HOSA. We are so excited to be welcoming you to this year's Virtual International Leadership Conference. Though we were not able to meet in person, we are proud to be able to host the very first International Leadership Conference where we have so much in store for you. As we kick off our opening session, I want to take a moment to reflect on our year and all that has happened. This year has asked a lot of us. Our lives have been upended and disrupted. In the middle of the HOSA year, the global health community was tested with the COVID-19 pandemic, and more recently, the growing fight against systemic racism. This year, you have pushed past boundaries that try to hold you back. You met the challenge with confidence and persistence. You dedicated time and love to your communities and have shown strength in times of adversity. Never once did you look back. You kept your focus and your vision. You all have worked so hard this year, and I am so glad that we get to celebrate your accomplishments at HOSA's Virtual International Leadership Conference. It can be easy in times like these to check out the news and see something that dampens your spirits. But during this time where sadness and solitude seem paramount, there's also hope. There's also love, kindness, and resilience. In times of despair, people come together to show human strength. No one knows this better than us. As future health professionals, we all somehow, in some way, want to make life better for other people. Whether that is by taking care of our loved ones, standing up for what we believe in, or sharing the resources we are so fortunate to have. We want to improve health systems, write healthcare policy, eradicate diseases, create medical innovations, and so much more. We all have one goal in mind: to help people live better lives. I want each of you to be reminded of the power of innovation, to be encouraged by your compassion and empathy, to embrace that you are leaders who can make a positive change in the world, and to continue to serve selflessly, even when times are difficult. If the global pandemic and the movement to end social inequities and systemic racism has taught me anything, it is the importance of moving forward together, united by a cause and passions to continue building a new future, one full of possibility and equality. HOSA, during this ILC, let's make a promise to do just that, to stand with one another despite our differences, to spread positivity in these trying times, and to continue to move towards tomorrow.
These past months have shown us that HOSA's compassionate care has no boundaries. We have seen student members alongside HOSA alumni working on the front lines to fight against the COVID pandemic. Chapters and associations across the United States working on volunteer projects, and even China HOSA donating hundreds of face masks, helping out however we can. Tonight, in an effort to help stop the spread and keep everyone healthy, you will see our team with and without face masks. Know that both on and off screen, we are taking every precaution to ensure the safety and health of everyone by wearing face masks, regularly washing our hands, and social distancing. As future health professionals, the health and safety of others are of utmost importance. And we hope that as you continue to participate in this conference this week, that you stay happy and healthy as well. We want to thank you for your selfless service and dedication to the healthcare field, striving every day to make a positive impact on the global health community. Let us give thanks and show gratitude to all of those who have been working on the front lines during this COVID pandemic. We want to thank them and you for doing such a good job to keep so many safe and well.
The mission of our organization is to empower HOSA-Future health professionals to become leaders in the global health community through education, collaboration, and experience. What stands out to me there is community and collaboration. We can't achieve equality or compassion or true understanding without working together. This is evident as we see healthcare professionals across the world collaborating together in the fight against COVID-19, and as so many across the world take to the streets to make it known that Black Lives Matter. We see it as our collective community comes together to become a more perfect world. HOSA members, we are inspired by you because you represent a positive and necessary change that is so needed in our world right now. So while things might be difficult today, please remember that we have the power to make things better. We have the power to improve our society. Let's take the reins and continue to move forward.
We Are the World was written by Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie and recorded by some of the best in the music industry, including Tina Turner, Stevie Wonder, Billy Joel, Bruce Springsteen, and many more. The song has been remade several times since its origin in 1984 to communicate a message of global solidarity. To inspire us as we continue towards progress, please welcome Tanav Chachad from Plano Jasper High School in Plano, Texas, as he sings one of Michael Jackson's most memorable songs of inspiration and empowerment.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, and it's time we lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somehow soon make a change. We are all a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. So send them your heart, so they know that someone cares, so the cries for help will not be in vain. We can't let them suffer, no, we cannot turn away. Right now, they need a helping hand. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. And when we're down and out, there seems no hope at all. But if you just believe, there's no way we can fall. Well, let us realize that a change can only come when we stand together as one. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me.
Thank you to Nav for that powerful rendition. Now, we have a very special message from the U.S. Surgeon General, Dr. Jerome Adams. Vice Admiral Jerome Adams, better known as the nation's doctor, is the leading spokesperson for national health matters and policies in order to advance the nation's health. Vice Admiral Adams earned his medical degree from the University of Indiana School of Medicine. As a board-certified anesthesiologist, he helps address the nation's most difficult health challenges, including the current pandemic. During his tenure as Surgeon General, he has also made opioid addiction and mental illness his priorities. More importantly, he abides by this motto: better health through better partnerships. He is committed to strengthening relationships with all members of the health community and forging new partnerships for better public health. HOSA is a proud partner of the Office of the Surgeon General. Dr. Adams has spoken at the last 2 ILCs, hosted the Surgeon General's 5K, and invited HOSA members to several important meetings hosted by the U.S. Public Health Service and Department of Health and Human Services. We are honored Dr. Adams has taken time out of his busy schedule to address us here tonight. HOSA members, it is my immense honor to welcome Vice Admiral Jerome Adams.
I'm United States Surgeon General Dr. Jerome Adams. Thank you so much for the kind introduction, Vivian. I'm excited to be speaking with all of you today at HOSA's Virtual International Leadership Conference. You know, I didn't get a choice of walk-up music this year, so I hope you made a great pick on my behalf. I always have a fun time with this group, and while we may be participating from different places this year, I promise you we're still going to have a good time. So before we get going, do me a favor and get up. That's right, get up off the couch or out of your computer chair and join me in getting in some movement. Physical activity is critical for everyone, but it's even more important in this virtual era. So join me and move your way. Break out some dance moves. Do some jumping jacks, push-ups, or whatever works for you for the next few seconds. For me personally, I love doing some air squats. It really gets the blood flowing. Every day, I want you to strive to get in some physical activity. And I hope this physical break also served as a mental break. Physical activity is such an important factor in all of our moods. Which brings me to another point. It is critically important we check in on one another and we pay attention to our mental health and the mental health of those around us. So please think of someone you haven't spoken to in a while and call, text, email, or just write a good old-fashioned letter to them today. We're in an unprecedented time, and it's challenging for everybody, myself included, but it's easier when we reach out to one another. The COVID-19 pandemic has pushed us all in ways we might not have otherwise imagined, and all of you are great examples in this. In getting ready for my remarks today, I heard from your leadership about some of the tremendous work being done by many of you to aid in our collective response to this novel coronavirus. Whether or not you realize it, you are making an impact, and you're helping countless people in need. Many of you have heard me say this before, but I don't see you as the future health professionals, as your name might suggest. I see you as just young health professionals who are already putting in valuable work. And I'm honored to work alongside you in our shared fight against COVID-19. So thank you for all that you've done and will continue to do as part of our response. Before we get too far along, I want to take a moment to explain more of my day job, besides recently becoming a homeschool teacher to 3 kids, a summer camp coach, and a dog walker. As Surgeon General, I'm also a Vice Admiral, and I oversee operations of the U.S. Public Health Service Commission Corps. The Commission Corps is an elite team of more than 6,000 highly qualified public health professionals. We're the people in blue jumpsuits you may have seen on TV in recent months. Our officers, physicians, nurses, dentists, engineers, pharmacists, just to name a few, serve in communities throughout the nation by providing essential healthcare services to the underserved and vulnerable populations. To date, nearly 4,300 of our officers have deployed to communities across the country as part of our COVID-19 response. They have truly been on the front lines since day one. And as you think through the various paths you may take in health, please consider the work of the Public Health Service. We need people like you. Whether responding to hurricanes or a pandemic, our officers play a critical role in responses, from helping the sick or injured connect to care, to providing vital yet often overlooked services in rural areas and on Indian reservations. Of course, I can't speak to you today without acknowledging that your education and career as health professionals will be significantly different from anyone who's ever embarked on this journey in the past. Though this may seem like an especially challenging time to be pursuing a career in health, I'd, however, say it's precisely the perfect time. You chose professions to help people, and now more than ever, people need your help. Your brain, your skills, your energy, your commitment, and your compassion have never been of greater value. So wherever you plan to go within the health field, I want to leave you all with 4 small pieces of advice. Number 1, be innovators and disruptors. Use your full array of skills and influence. That means making your voice heard at every stage of your career. I've always loved my job as an anesthesiologist. In that role, I was able to help my patient move safely and smoothly through a procedure or treatment. So regardless of what path you choose as a health professional, know that your path will be great as long as you take advantage of the opportunity to innovate. And you'll have no shortage of avenues to pursue. I'm proof of that. Second, be sure to collaborate with others across all disciplines. Consider adopting my motto, better health through better partnerships, because we will get further in our missions by working together. I mentioned innovation as a big piece of the puzzle. And when we bring others, especially non-traditional partners, to the table, we often hear new ideas and possibly new solutions come to light through partnerships. Third, practice good self-care. When we prioritize our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health, not only do we feel better, but we have more to give as health professionals, leaders, and patient advocates. I want to acknowledge that in times of crisis, it's only natural to experience fear and uncertainty, feelings that can be intensified if we're stressed or anxious. In this trying time, we must care for our mental health and the mental health and resilience of all of those around us. My 4th point, make addressing health inequity part of your lifetime mission. There's no easy prescription to fix the pain, frustration, and anger many people are feeling due to the social injustice and structural racism we've seen play out in horrifying ways recently. And this structural racism often plays out as health inequities. People who can't access care, people whose complaints are dismissed, and people who don't trust the system, all are suffering because of our systems. Black and brown people are dying from COVID-19 at disproportionate rates, and these disparities aren't because of them or the virus. They're because of a legacy of obstacles, social determinants of health is what we call them, that too many people face. But as health professionals, you can help address social justice by addressing health disparities and creating a more equitable world for all. So now that I've gotten through my broader advice, I need some specific help with COVID-19. This pandemic continues to evolve, and as states continue their phased approaches to reopening, it's critical that we continue to remind our friends, families, neighbors, and communities the things they can do to stay healthy and prevent the spread of the virus. I'm asking you to rely on data from your local and state health departments to guide your decisions about resuming activities, and visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information from the federal level. Maintain social distancing and good hygiene in all settings and encourage others to do the same. We've been flattening the curve through your efforts. When possible, use a virtual platform for meetings and discussions, just like you're doing today. Continuing to do so lessens exposure to the virus, especially for the most vulnerable in your communities. And remind everyone that wearing a cloth face covering is an act of kindness and respect to protect those around you. Think about ways in which your work can be more inclusive towards people of all backgrounds. And lastly, continue to reach out to people in your community who may be struggling with the emotional aspects of the pandemic, feelings of isolation, fear, anxiety, and depression. Like I said earlier, this virus has taken a toll on all of us. Please know that I have never been more proud to be your Surgeon General. It is all of you that remind me why I chose to enter the crazy world that is healthcare and public health, and it is why I will continue to advocate for all of you. And please keep in touch with me and my office. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and yes, have your parents follow me on Facebook too. Send me a picture with the hashtag HOSA wears masks. I've got mine right here. and encourage your friends and family to do the same. Thank you again for the opportunity to address you today. I can't wait to hear about your many successes as future leaders in health and in science.
Thank you, Dr. Jerome Adams, for your inspiring words. We all recall that Dr. Adams is well known for taking selfies when he attends conferences, so let's take on his challenge. HOSA members, put on your face mask, take a picture, and post it with hashtag HOSAWearsMasks. Across the globe, there are thousands and thousands of doctors, nurses, EMTs, lab technicians, pharmacists, and so many other healthcare professionals taking sick of vulnerable populations as we all battle this health pandemic. These essential workers are true heroes of health. Day after day, these determined individuals put their very lives on the line. They rise to the call to care, and they show up ready to make an impact every day. It can't be easy. It's high pressure, long shifts, sleepless nights, and in some cases, even a risk to their own health and safety. We applaud their efforts and are grateful and appreciative of all they are doing. Many HOSA alumni are on the front lines making a difference, and we are so proud of their hard work. They truly represent the heartbeat of our organization. We'd like to highlight the HOSA alumni who are doing their very best to take care of us all.
Throughout our organization, teams of leaders from our chartered associations have been working hard to give our members a meaningful experience. We know that meeting and working with people who share a passion about the same cause can be extremely powerful. Student-led organizations create networks, build communities, and organize common purposes advocating for the same cause. That is one of the reasons HOSA-Future Health Professionals continues to grow and is so effective for leaders interested in the healthcare field. As leaders, together, we recruit new members, advocate for healthcare education, and inspire future health professionals to be the best they can be. HOSA leaders across the globe are hardworking individuals who consistently strive for success. When faced with the unexpected over the past several months, they have risen to the challenge and continually demonstrated true HOSA spirit. HOSA is grateful for all of their guidance, leadership, and dedication. Please join me in celebrating our amazing HOSA global leaders and all of the fantastic work they do for HOSA Future Health Professionals.
What could I say to my son or to my daughter if they came and asked me about these days? What kind of reason could I give for all the hate that's standing in the way? Wish I could tell them that nobody's gonna judge them, and every stranger on the block is gonna love them. No bully in the world could ever hurt them, but I can't say that today. No, no one could ever take your pride from you. Speak your truth and let your spirit fly, 'cause we could be the heroes when you're feeling all alone. We could be the reason, to find the strength to carry on. In the world so divided, we shall overcome. We could be the hero, we could be the flower in the garden. We could be the healing, we could be the flower in the garden.
What could I say to every woman who was ever told by a man, don't try to reach too high? What could I say to every girl who was betrayed and told to keep the pain locked inside? Wish I could say nobody's ever gonna judge me. Every stranger on the block is gonna love me. No bully in the world is gonna hurt me, but I can't say that today. No, no, no one could ever take my pride from me. I speak my truth and let my spirit fly, 'cause we could be the hero when you're feeling all alone. We could be the reason, to find the strength to carry on. In the world so divided, we shall overcome. We could be the hero, we can be the flower in the garden. We can be the healing, we can be the flower in the garden.
It's like dropping pebbles into the ocean and seeing them spread ripples around the world. Let me hear you say, whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
yeah.
yeah.
Whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
yeah. Everybody say, whoa, whoa,
whoa,
yeah.
yeah.
Whoa, whoa, yeah. 'Cause we could be the hero when you're feeling all alone. We could be the reason, to find the strength to carry on. In the world so divided, we shall overcome. We could be the healing, we could be the flower in the garden. We could be the healing, we could be the flower in the garden. We could be the healing, we could be the flower in the garden. We could be the healing, we could be the flower in the garden.
I think it's more apparent now than ever before just how amazing our HOSA advisors are. Through it all, they have been sources of light, positivity, and inspiration. Their lives have been altered just like ours, but they are still checking in on us, caring for and about us, and making sure that we are at our best to be successful. Advisors, thank you for being you. We'd be lost without you. And though we don't say it often enough, you are appreciated and valued. The care you exhibit for HOSA and for members is invaluable and incomparable to anything else. HOSA members, I'm challenging you to show your advisor just how much you appreciate them. Send them a text, give them a call, give them a gift card, or even sing them their favorite song. Whatever you do, I ask that you show your genuine appreciation to the individuals who make sure that we have everything we need day in and day out. Celebrate your advisor today and every day. Thank you, HOSA advisors, for all of your hard work.
At this time, we would like to recognize a number of HOSA members, advisors, and partners for their extraordinary achievements this year. From exceptional advisors to standout seniors and supportive administrators, HOSA is so lucky to have so many devoted individuals on our team. Thank you all for your hard work, dedication, and commitment to HOSA-Future health professionals. Our organization wouldn't be nearly as strong without your continued support. Tonight, my fellow executive council members and I want to recognize all that you have accomplished this year.
We'd first like to recognize and congratulate the class of 2020. Despite the unforeseen circumstances that have interfered with many of your final months as students, please know that we are all so proud of you and everything that you have accomplished this year. You've made it, and now the possibilities that await you are endless. To support our members in the next phase of their education, we are so proud to have partners who understand the importance and value of education.
The 2020 scholarship recipients are HOSA members who have exemplified an unwavering drive and commitment to reinforcing HOSA's core values to learn, lead, serve, and innovate. Each year, more than 5,000 young people become Army officers through their local ROTC program, a program that trains and educates the future leaders of our Army for the complex challenges of the 21st century. For many individuals, their college education was made possible through an Army ROTC scholarship. The U.S. Army awarded 41 scholarships to HOSA members in the amount of $4,177,323 as a part of this year's scholarship program.
Please join me in congratulating the following scholarship recipients: Kylie Auger, Zachary Bone, Christopher Bowden, Madison Buchko, Angel Seelis, Ira Chandramouli, Jaden Childs, Jordan Dean, Sarah Dodson, Christopher Doring,
Leanna Dorset, Caitlin Edwards, Paola Elder, Ava Giffen, Shiana Grady, Lexi Hall, Daryl Jackson, Juliana Junkite, Kathleen Kelly, Genova Kemkes, Aurelia Lencioni,
Brandon Liu, Chloe Mahathi, Benjamin Maxwell, Malia Moore, Samuel Myers, Alyssa O'Hare, Dylan Phillips, Sophia Pittman, Jaden Pitts, Tabitha Pravankumar,
Bailey Sanders, Lucas Shanahan, Lance Sherbert, Christian Solberg, Jacob Sutherland, Leslie Uri, Cora Wasley, Haley Witten,
Alexander Williams. Catherine Yakowicz. Congratulations to these scholarship recipients.
We are honored this year to announce that HOSA's scholarship program is awarding $83,500 to 72 HOSA members in scholarships at the international level. When the international scholarships are combined with the almost $2 million that were awarded by chartered associations and the over $4 million awarded by the U.S. Army, the funds that HOSA members are receiving in 2020 totals $6,168,773. We are so impressed and thankful to our sponsors for raising an extraordinary amount of money for scholarships. Let's celebrate all of our scholarship winners.
HOSA thanks Good Heart Wilcox for their generous support of the Outstanding Service Award. Good Heart Wilcox, a leading publisher of instructional materials and digital resources for career and technical education, is also a leader in health science education. This award recognizes 3 HOSA advisors for their exceptional service to HOSA at the local, state, and international levels. These advisors go above and beyond to help their students achieve their purpose. This year, 1 local chapter advisor from each HOSA region will be recognized and presented with a cash award of $2,000. HOSA thanks Mallory Dufek of Good Heart Wilcox Publisher for sponsoring our award. From Florida, representing the Eastern region, is Lima Gillard from Mast at Homestead. From Alabama, representing the Central region, is Melinda Lawson of Bob Jones High School. And from Montana, representing the Western region, is Kate Mattern of Anaconda High School. HOSA is proud to recognize these 3 outstanding advisors. Thank you once again to Mallory Dufek of Good Heart Wilcox Publisher for generously sponsoring this award.
Like water and sunlight are vital for the growth of plants, sponsors and partners are vital for the growth of HOSA. They help our organization grow and flourish and are always there to support us no matter what. HOSA sponsors and partners play a key role in our organization. Not only do they support the goals and mission of our organization, but they also believe in us, even when times are tough for them. They believe that we all can truly make a difference in this world as future health professionals. Our sponsors help promote the educational pathway of future health professionals, helping refine their skills to become successful leaders in their HOSA chapter, local community, and beyond. We are grateful for all of our partners do, from providing scholarships to our members, sponsoring competitive events, and even showcasing the opportunities that they provide at our HOSA Exposition. To show special appreciation to our sponsors and partners this year, we are honoring each of them in our digital commemorative program. To view this program page online, please head to ilc.hosa.org/program. Thank you to all of our partners and sponsors.
Through the HOSA 100 National Advisory Council, partnering health professionals and corporations offer their advice, resources, and knowledge to provide insight into the current landscape of health. These council members are true HOSA advocates who take action to help us reach our goals. To the entire HOSA 100 National Advisory Council, we thank each of you for your extensive contributions to HOSA Future Health Professionals. 2 new members are joining this prestigious group. They have already been working tirelessly to provide incredible opportunities for our members. First, we welcome Captain Thomas Pryor, United States Public Health Service. As a longtime supporter of HOSA, Captain Pryor has connected us to countless partner opportunities, recruited judges, set up meetings in Washington, D.C., and advocated for HOSA. Next, we welcome Tina Lear, National Program Director of the National Education Progression in Nursing Collaborative. In her role, Ms. Lear fosters collaboration and ensures nurses have access to higher levels of education and achievement. Thank you and welcome once again, Captain Pryor and Ms. Lear.
Tonight, HOSA-Future Health Professionals honors a remarkable individual who is receiving the HOSA Hero Award. HOSA recognizes members who take action and make a difference to save the lives of others. HOSA thanks them for using their training to do so. The HOSA Hero Award goes to Ramsey Miller, a former Oklahoma HOSA member, vice president of her local chapter at Yukon High School, and graduate of the University of Oklahoma. Currently, she works as a travel, labor, and delivery nurse in Virginia Beach, Virginia. During a recent mission trip, Ramsey helped save the life of a mother and baby on the streets of Manila in the Philippines. The woman gave birth outside of their hotel, but the little girl was blue and lifeless. So Ramsey and her friend began working to get the baby breathing again. With makeshift tools from hotel security, a sewing string and children's scissors, Ramsey and her friend were able to cut and tie the cord and help the mother deliver the placenta, saving the lives of both the mother and her child. It is this real-world application of our HOSA core values that truly make a difference in our world. Ramsey led with action and came up with an innovative solution to save lives. It's because of her heroic actions this child will be able to grow up and flourish.
The Above and Beyond Award recognizes an individual who exceeds the expectations of service to an international or chartered association. This year's recipient is Lindsay Singleton, nominated on behalf of Georgia HOSA. Lindsay Singleton is a big supporter and an invaluable asset to Georgia HOSA. She serves as the CTSO coordinator for the Georgia Department of Education and as a member of the Georgia HOSA Board of Directors. Lindsay has dedicated countless hours to Georgia HOSA events, working in fall registration and fall leadership, voting delegate meetings, and as an SLC judge coordinator in 2020. Thanks to her dedication, guidance, patience, and knowledge, Lindsay has gone above and beyond to help Georgia HOSA succeed and excel this past year. Ms. Singleton, thank you for your tireless dedication to HOSA.
The Educational Excellence Award recognizes an individual who has demonstrated extraordinary leadership in the educational community at an international or chartered association level. The recipient's vision and support enhance HOSA's ability to promote career opportunities in the health industry, thereby helping HOSA members achieve their career and technical aspirations. This year's recipient of the Educational Excellence Award is Collie Wells, nominated on behalf of Alabama HOSA. Collie Wells began her education career in the Family and Consumer Sciences program, but has since become a treasured and valued member of Alabama's Health Science program and HOSA family. As Alabama's Health Science Administrator, Collie was an advocate for health science and HOSA on every front. Under Collie's leadership, Alabama's health science programs doubled, and their HOSA membership grew exponentially. Collie Wells played an instrumental role in changing the future of health science and HOSA in Alabama. Mrs. Wells, HOSA thanks you for your support and advocacy.
Each year, we are delighted to give to select individuals HOSA's highest honor, Honorary Lifetime Membership. These recipients' memorable contributions warrant a lifetime of gratitude, and tonight we recognize one amazing woman who embodies the goals of our organization. Congratulations to our 2020 Honorary Lifetime Membership recipient, Janet Villarreal. As chairman from the largest chartered association, Texas HOSA, with 35,420 members and 903 chapters, Janet Villarreal is recognized for her visionary leadership in implementing a high-quality program that provides young people with the knowledge, experience, and attitude to help them become health professionals. Mrs. Villarreal has been actively involved in her year as chairman in extraordinary events, including the implementation of 2 new initiatives, the Standards of Excellence in Training at the Local Level program. She served as a panel member at the United Nations Annual Global Goals 2030 Empowering Women and Girls Summit, hosted the largest ILC attendance at 11,000 delegates, and provided another international charter to China HOSA. HOSA further recognizes Mrs. Villarreal for her passion, determination, and drive to ensure that all HOSA members are equipped with the tools and resources to be successful health professionals. And above all, her best attribute is that she is always willing to help her colleagues and HOSA headquarters. Mrs. Villarreal, congratulations and thank you for your tireless dedication to HOSA. You are more than deserving of this honor.
Globally, HOSA has close to 250,000 members who seek to become future health professionals. Our task is not just to recruit new members, but to provide valuable opportunities to prepare them for their future careers. Our members are the backbone of our organization, and we are the luckiest organization in the world to have such an inspiring group of students leading the march towards tomorrow. Every new member we add to our organization represents a fresh and unique perspective to the global health community. HOSA has maintained steady growth for nearly 4 decades, and we are proud to announce that this year is no different. The current membership is 249,113 members, representing a 3.2% membership increase.
Tonight, we recognize the top 5 associations with the largest membership increases. In 5th place, with a 21% increase, is Maryland HOSA. In 4th place, with a 37% increase, is Massachusetts HOSA. In 3rd place, with a 39% increase, is Iowa HOSA. In 2nd place, with a 108% increase, is Washington, D.C. HOSA. And in 1st place, with an impressive 377% increase, is China HOSA. Congratulations.
The HOSA Cup encourages friendly membership competition and engages each region to increase its membership. The cup is awarded to the region with the highest percentage membership increase. Congratulations to this year's winner of the HOSA Cup, the Western region. We congratulate the following associations that make up this region: Alaska, American Samoa, Arizona, California, China, Colorado, Hawaii, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, New Mexico, Oregon, Texas, Utah, and Washington State.
Every day, 43 children in the United States are diagnosed with cancer. Thousands of lives are cut short due to pediatric cancer, making it the #1 cause of death by disease for children in America. This is why HOSA-Future Health Professionals has partnered with the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation as this year's HOSA Service Project. The National Pediatric Cancer Foundation was founded in 1991 with the mission to collaborate with leading hospitals across the nation and fund clinical research to find a faster cure for pediatric cancer with fewer long-term health setbacks. By partnering with the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation, HOSA members across the world can assist their mission in finding innovative ways to treat pediatric cancer, allowing more children to live out their best possible moments. At this time, we'd like to recognize this year's top contributors to the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation. Our top chartered association financial contributor, raising $31,901, is Oklahoma HOSA. Our largest single chapter contribution was $17,000, given by the East Valley Institute of Technology in Arizona. Overall, HOSA members participated in projects that raised awareness and support for the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation, with collective efforts that amounted to over 14,000 hours of service, which amounts to a total economic impact of $360,623 and over $154,000 raised. Congratulations, HOSA members, for making such a difference.
Casey and I have the esteemed privilege of introducing tonight's keynote speaker. As future health professionals, we know that healthcare access and outcomes across the United States and across the world are unequal. Tonight, our keynote speaker will share with us her journey to ensure that globally, healthcare is viewed as a human right.
Barbara Pierce Bush graduated from Yale University with a bachelor's degree in humanities in 2004 and is currently pursuing a master's degree from Harvard University as a fellow at the Center for Public Leadership. She is a member of UNICEF's Next Generation Steering Committee and is one of the World Economic Forum's Young Global Shapers. She also serves on the board of directors of the Covenant House International, PSI, and Friends of the Global Fight for AIDS, Tuberculosis, and Malaria.
Previously, she worked for the Red Cross Children's Hospital in Cape Town, South Africa, and interned for UNICEF in Botswana. She has traveled with the UN World Food Program, focusing on the importance of nutrition in ARV treatment. Ms. Bush is highly recognized. She was named one of Glamour Magazine's Women of the Year, one of Newsweek's Women of Impact, and she made the Fast Company's Most Creative People in Business list. In 2017, she was on the New York Times bestseller list with her twin sister, Jenna Hager, for the book they co-authored, Sisters First. If you have not yet read Sisters First, it'll make you laugh, cry, and be truly inspired.
Barbara Pierce Bush is the co-founder and board chair of Global Health Corps, an organization that mobilizes young leaders to solve the world's most pressing health issues. Bush and her co-founders are united by the belief that health is a human right and that our generation must build a world where this is realized. Please welcome Barbara Pierce Bush.
Good evening, everyone. I'm thrilled to be with you tonight at HOSA's International Leadership Conference. Congratulations for being recognized to represent your state association, and thank you for your leadership and service. I was looking forward to meeting and celebrating you all in person, but of course, the world looks dramatically different from what any of us could have imagined a few months ago. And yet, each of you and HOSA could not be more important to the world right now. Your interest and devotion to a field that is ultimately about nourishing, nurturing, and healing others is critical as we face a world that needs healing from COVID-19 and the historical racial pandemic that's been affecting the United States. So though we're not in person, I'm excited we can celebrate the impact that you're each making and to share some stories tonight about some of the remarkable young people like you that inspire me every day. It seems like a long time ago that my sister Jenna and I were two young people trying to convince our parents never to leave Texas. When our mom and dad sat us down to tell us that our dad was running for president, we quickly tried to veto that plan. We wanted to live normal lives as normal college students. We all know how that played out, and I'm thrilled to be able to share some lessons from that with you tonight. Jenna and I had first seen the White House through the idealistic and innocent eyes of 7-year-olds. For the 4 years that our grandfather, who we call Gampy, and our grandmother Ganny, also known as the enforcer in our family, were president and first lady, we spent vacations and holidays running around the White House's endless corridors, playing house in the East Room and hide-and-go-seek on the South Lawn. On Halloween, we trick-or-treated up and down the aisles of Air Force One, me dressed as a vampire, and my sister Jenna dressed as a box of juicy fruit. Our imaginations were informed and excited by such a magical place. And at the end of our dad's presidency, we were honored to tour Sasha and Malia around the White House and see their young eyes light up by the excitement and imagination that such a special house embodied. So though as 18-year-olds, we were not quite as enthusiastic about our parents returning to DC, it didn't take long for Jenna and me to realize that an incredible opportunity had been given to us. The chance to watch and learn from history unfolding before our eyes, and to sometimes be a part of it. Tagging along to meetings or joining my parents on trips, Jenna and I were engaged. We were totally enthralled as we witnessed policies that are changing lives. You see, Jenna and I have always known that we come from a family of nerds. I don't know how many of you have a librarian for a mother, but sometimes it seemed the excitement would just never end. Our mom's idea of a really good time in her 20s was naming her cat Dewey after the Dewey Decimal System. But it was through our mom and dad's eyes as they were First Lady and President when we got to travel across the country and around the world that we experienced the beauty and richness of our own culture and other cultures. Like good teachers, they showed us what they wanted us to see, told us how we could do something about it, and then left it up to us to decide whether we wanted to live our lives in a way that would help bring a little light to a sometimes dark world. And it was through traveling with my parents that I unexpectedly got interested and involved in global health. As a 21-year-old architecture major, I was pretty sure I had my life figured out, but I didn't. I was lucky enough to take 2 weeks off of my summer internship my junior year to be on the ground in 5 countries in East and West Africa for the launch of the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, PEPFAR. PEPFAR at the time was a new initiative, and it would provide free drugs for those living with AIDS in developing countries. Prior to that, if you were HIV positive, you could not get access to those drugs. For me, my mind was blown by landing and seeing hundreds of people waiting in the streets in Uganda for life-saving medicine that had been readily available in the United States for years. I vividly remember standing with my mom at the opening of a clinic next to a Ugandan mother and her beautiful daughter. The mother had dressed her daughter up in her fanciest lavender Katanga dress. And though the daughter looked like she was 3, she was actually 7. She was little not because she was young. She was little because she was sick. Her mother dressed her up and brought her to the launch, though she may not have lived much longer than that. People's lives, like that little girl's, are limited and cut short simply because of factors beyond all of our control, like where and when we were born. Devastating memories like this were also paired with incredibly inspiring memories, seeing health workers, family members, and community members step up to change this unacceptable status quo. Following that trip, I knew I wanted to be part of that movement, and I became obsessed with working in global health. I quickly realized that I was only one of hundreds of thousands of people in my generation eager to make health a human right. As cliche as it is, one trip with my parents changed my life. I returned to school, switched my major, and eventually moved after graduating to South Africa and Botswana to work in global health. And opposed to designing buildings or furniture or dresses, I was now designing a career in global health and service. And I was living in a feeling of the in-between, unsure where my career would go, while knowing service was what motivated me. In 2008, I found myself connected to 4 strangers through an AIDS conference. We were 5 idealistic 20-somethings motivated by a common vision, that health is a human right, and that great ideas don't change the world, great people change the world. Several weeks after we met, these strangers and I teamed up to start an organization called Global Health Corps. GHC has one very ambitious goal: to build the next generation of global health leaders. In a world where the solutions to save lives, like drugs and technology and information, exist, yet needless death and disease persist, and where inequitable systems too often fail those who need them most, we need young leaders for whom empathy, creativity, resilience, and a commitment to social justice flourish alongside business acumen and effectiveness, skills that I know many of you in HOSA possess. Every day, we competitively recruit young people who are these leaders, young people like all of you. Since we started, we've been growing the movement for health equity with many bumps and victories along the way. In 2009, when we launched, we had 2 staff, including myself, and 22 very brave inaugural fellows who quit their jobs or left school to join us for a year. Since then, we've grown by 600%. And we've been lucky to work with over 1,000 young leaders from currently 40 countries, so a truly global group of young leaders. They are writers and architects, economists, nurses, physicians, pharmacists. One has won an African Grammy, and a few have given TED Talks. The complexity of today's global health problems means that no one expert or single approach or skill set will ever be good enough. We need different ways of thinking and strong partnerships based on listening to each other. You may wonder what these young leaders look like. Well, they probably look like you. They also look like Jeffrey Misomali, who's from Malawi, and Emily Beers, who's from Hudson, Ohio. When Jeffrey and Emily joined us, they were paired up in Malawi to work to make sure that HIV-positive expectant mothers could give birth to HIV-negative babies. Jeffrey and Emily were placed in a district called Machinga in Malawi. Machinga is a beautiful district. It's full of mango groves. It's stunning. But the thing about Machinga is that 1 in every 4 people is HIV positive. So when it comes to health, good news can sometimes be hard to find. In the year that Emily and Jeffrey were part of Global Health Corps, they worked to ensure that women in Machinga would give birth to HIV-negative babies and that there could be an AIDS-free generation in this district. And how they did that was they recruited other moms in the district, mothers who were HIV positive but had given birth to HIV-negative babies. And these moms would coach and mentor other expectant mothers, making sure they knew everything they needed to make sure that they could have a healthy baby and ensuring that they had all the medical support they needed in the 24 hours that they were giving birth so that their baby could be negative. And in that year, Jeffrey and Emily and the rest of the mentor mothers they worked with and their partners recruited 7,000 HIV-positive mothers into their program. And as happens, 9 months later, these women all gave birth. And they all gave birth to 7,000 HIV-negative babies. So in this 1 year, Jeffrey and Emily and this program impacted the lives of 7,000 women, 7,000 babies, 7,000 families. And it showed that Machinga could be on track in a few years to have an AIDS-free generation. After completing their fellowships, Jeffrey continued to roll out a similar program throughout Southern Africa. Emily, on the other hand, returned to the US to go get her PhD in midwifery from Emory University. And then when the Ebola crisis broke out in West Africa, she moved to Sierra Leone to continue to support women's health programs in a crisis mode. Emily is like many of those leaders that you read about on the cover of Time magazine who work to address Ebola in West Africa. Wherever Jeffrey and Emily go, they can't forget these memories. They can't unlearn what they learned by working in community with so many incredible women. And they are just 2 of examples of thousands of young people that I've gotten to work with who prove the powerful notion that young people can make an impact now. Young people are leaders now, and they'll continue to do this work throughout their lives. And this matters because whatever we are confronting, whatever you are confronting moving forward, whatever challenge it is, whether it's coronavirus, police brutality, or something else entirely, that challenge is going to be solved not by a smartphone, but by a smart, creative human being that cares. In 10 years, I believe that we'll see a dramatic improvement in the quality of life in the United States and around the world. And I know that this will happen because of the result of an infusion of radical new leaders like HOSA is building, who will change the world for the better. As part of my work with Global Health Corps, we ask our fellows to share why they do this work, why they want to be in global health. And I'll never forget one of our Burundian fellows' answers. Alita spoke about how in her family, they didn't celebrate birthdays the way that we traditionally imagine. She grew up with several brothers and sisters, many of whom were the children of friends that her parents had taken in during years of a bloody civil war. If you needed her home, her parents took you in. They treated all of the children equally, regardless of whether they were blood related. And on birthdays in Alita's family, rather than be showered with presents, you were asked to make the case of why in the previous year you had lived the best year that you could. You did get a cake and a celebration, but you had to talk first about what you had done for other people and how you had contributed and made the most of your life. I was struck by the beauty of this idea, even for little kids, the concept that you needed to make a case that you were living life in a way that was worth it, in a way that is giving and serving of others. Knowing that behind my computer screen is a HOSA community who has the moral courage and bravery to change the world inspires and energizes me. Thank you all for what you're doing and what you will do each year of your life. I hope that you can all celebrate every year on your birthdays the fact that you've worked to heal, nurture, and nourish others. Please remember that you are never alone in this work. Thank you for everything that you do, and congratulations to each of you. I wish you have a wonderful virtual conference, and thank you for having me tonight.
Thank you for your inspiring words, Ms. Bush. The work that is being done by the Global Health Corps is commendable, and HOSA is proud to be associated with this incredible initiative. HOSA members are sure to take your experiences and use them as a guide as we continue to move towards tomorrow. HOSA is fortunate to have the vision and leadership of our HOSA Inc. Board of Directors. We applaud the work of our board as they lead us towards tomorrow. Now, joining us from Cincinnati, I'd like to welcome Mr. Jason Huff, Board Chairman for the HOSA Inc. Board of Directors.
It is my personal and professional pleasure as the HOSA Inc. Board Chair to represent the HOSA Inc. Board of Directors. Despite the unprecedented challenges of the coronavirus in 2020, I am encouraged by the efforts of HOSA members, advisors, leaders, and staff who have banded together to preserve HOSA-Future health professionals. It is my pleasure to congratulate the Executive Council for their visionary leadership during one of HOSA's most challenging years. My profound thanks to the HOSA Inc. Board of Directors, Executive Committee, and HOSA headquarters staff for their tireless work and efforts in delivering this virtual leadership conference in a matter of weeks. HOSA was the first national student organization to cancel its annual conference and develop the first virtual ILC. We wanted our members to have the opportunity to demonstrate their knowledge and skills, to be recognized for their dedication and commitment to become a compassionate, caring, knowledgeable, and skilled healthcare professional. The world needs strong future health professionals and leaders now more than ever. It is our belief that we have nearly 250,000 preparing to be the frontline healthcare protectors for the next generation. At last year's International Leadership Conference, the 2019 voting delegates elected an extraordinary team to lead you through the most challenging year HOSA has ever experienced. They served with passion, dedication, and were true servant leaders. As they embark on their next venture and their leadership journey, we wish them the very best for the thoughtful decisions they made on your behalf. The HOSA Inc. Board of Directors asked me to acknowledge their extraordinary service to HOSA-Future health professionals. We will be forever grateful for their talent, flexibility, and just wonderful attitude. The 2019-2020 membership year, a year of outstanding service.
Dear HOSA, as we kick off this year's International Leadership Conference and reflect on our time in HOSA, we realize how difficult it is to sum up all of the emotions and feelings of this year. You have taught us so much, and we want to take this time to simply say thank you.
At the beginning of this year, each of us was embarking on a new journey. Whether that was starting college, a new job, or just entering a different stage of our lives, we were always guided by you, HOSA. In moments of doubt, you reassured us of our abilities and passion for the healthcare profession.
You offered us a mission to follow, passions to pursue, and values to champion. You shed light on our potential, inspiring us to be the best version of ourselves in every aspect of our academic, professional, and social circles. Every conference, every meeting, and every HOSA event has brought each of us joy and fulfillment unlike any other.
We have learned from every interaction and served the needs of others with compassion. Through our term, you taught us to stand up for what we believe in and to use our voice to create a positive influence. However, when confronted with diverse perspectives, you reminded us to keep an open mind.
As we were hit with the unexpected, you rose to the challenge and showed us resilience. Your radiant HOSA spirit inspired us to push through every obstacle. When we felt defeated, you encouraged us to embrace new ideas while serving HOSA members.
You created a safe space for us and members all over the world when we needed it most. In tough times, HOSA was our sanctuary, supporting us with an ever-growing network that we like to call our family, our home.
No amount of words could express our gratitude for you and this organization. Thank you for shaping who we are as people, leaders, and future health professionals.
Thank you for sharing a lifelong journey of service, leadership, and growth. We promise to keep giving back, both to HOSA and the healthcare industry, and to never stop showing our appreciation for the lessons we have learned.
From your 2019-2020 HOSA Executive Council.
Can you see yourself holding by my side 50 years from now. Whoa, you keep me in my youth, it gives me peace of mind. That 50 years from now, you still be in my life. I'll be here with you. I'll be here. When I'm with you, you're with me. Everywhere the bells are ringing, I'll follow you, so shelter me. Can't you hear the angels singing? Have I earned your love? Am I good enough to walk hand in hand till we're older? If I'm good enough, sign me up. I'll be here with you. Summers come and go, and the winters get so wild. No matter what the seasons bring, you always make me smile. We're living in a dream, a little place to hide. We can ride the train to nowhere for a little while. I'll be here with you. When I'm with you, you're with me. Everywhere the bells are ringing, I'll follow you, so shelter me. Can't you hear the angels singing? Have I earned your love? Am I good enough to walk hand in hand till we're older? If I'm good enough, sign me up. I'll be here with you. I'll be here. Let's get to the heart, live life along the way. Let's get to the heart, live life along the way. I'll be here with you. I'll be here with you.
It is now my honor to present each Executive Council officer with plaques commemorating their year of extraordinary service to HOSA-Future health professionals. During our time together, I have gotten to know this council in challenging situations, and I must say they are truly impressive. It has been a privilege to represent HOSA-Future health professionals alongside these remarkable young leaders this year. Each officer has contributed a tremendous amount of time and energy toward building HOSA's future and ensuring its legacy. Your secondary board representative from California, Amanda Gao. Your post-secondary collegiate board representative from Florida, Casey Cantulli. Please join me in thanking Dev Patel, Eastern Region Vice President from New Jersey. Thank you to Fanti Anaveros, Central Region Vice President from Alabama. Thank you to Hiba Tanvir, Western Region Vice President from Texas. Please join me in recognizing your post-secondary collegiate Vice President from Washington, Colin Caster. Your President-elect has spent this year serving HOSA and preparing to lead our organization as President in 2020-2021. From Tennessee, we thank Jake Kelly. One of the privileges of being chair is the honor of recognizing our HOSA President from California, Vivian Doe. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I am pleased to recognize a young woman who has served our organization with heart, grace, and creativity. Vivian is passionate, thoughtful, and caring. She is a leader who champions and represents the best of HOSA-Future health professionals. Her dedication, confidence, and strength has enriched our organization. Vivian has given excellence in her service to HOSA-Future health professionals and has instilled that same spirit within her team to do the same. Please join me in congratulating Vivian, your HOSA International President, for her extraordinary leadership to HOSA-Future health professionals. HOSA members, for the final time, this is your 2019-2020 International Executive Council.
And just like that, we've come to the end of our opening session. Thank you, HOSA members, for tuning in. We have a busy next few days with so much in store. We know that hosting a conference comes with its challenges, but we are here to help. Contact HOSA hotlines for help regarding technical issues. The numbers for competitive events, online testing, and HOSA headquarters will be in the program. This year, all delegates will have the opportunity to win prizes through gamification. Be sure to find out details on how to earn points in HOSA's commemorative program book. You will want to take advantage of the virtual opportunities being made available by attending our over 60 educational workshops, with 3 coming to you live on Thursday and Friday in the Classroom for Student workshops. Be sure to visit the 80 exhibitors in the HOSA Expo. Earn those gamification points. And don't forget to go to the Hall of Recognition to congratulate HOSA's outstanding service projects and leaders. We hope to see you at our first ever virtual dance party, where the Executive Council will be hosting a game night, and to tune in for our grand awards session to find out who will be leaving this ILC as international champion. Don't miss out on all the fun there is to be had. I'll leave you all with this. From engaged learning in and out of the classroom to service-oriented leadership experiences, HOSA instills a strong sense of confidence in its members to set and pursue our goals. Furthermore, it creates such a supportive network of peers and advisors, providing resources for us to succeed in our education and future health careers. Throughout this week, remember, we are all on our journey towards tomorrow, but remember, HOSA, tomorrow begins today.
Come on, let's keep moving forward. Hold your head up high, there's no time for looking down. You will not believe where we're going. Here we go, let me remind you. Look ahead, the past is behind you. We're the kids of the future. We're the kids of the future. Everybody lift as the future is now. Bright lights, boy, look around you. Your imagination is working overtime. The world that you dreamt of has now arrived. Hot Shots, the greatest adventure, is where the family you've searched for comes alive. So come meet the Robinsons, looking for a place you belong to, looking for